And we are back to another episode of Joe's Knows NFL Sports. It's our week 14 episode already, week 14. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving holiday. But now it's crunch time in the NFL. This is where the big teams come through to make their playoff push. My name is Richie Zangara, here with Giacomo Imperiale, Dom Urbafina, and Bobby Christensen. Kicking us off, we have our Week 13 2-minute drill. So like we always do, 2 minutes on the clock, going through every game in Week 13, starting in Thanksgiving. 3, 2, 1, Bears-Lions.
Dan Campbellson.
Eberflus.
Loaded offense.
Thank God Eberflus is gone. Giants-Cowboys.
Dumpster fire.
They stink out. Giants stink out loud. It's actually kind of crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah. Dolphins-Packers.
Dolphins got to figure it out.
Jordan Love.
Green Bay, snow.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels, I think, should be on the hot seat. He needs to go. Colts Patriots.
Shane Steichen's one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Drake May's legit.
Great call there. Steelers Bengals.
Surprising.
Mr. Unlimited.
Better team won.
Dude, they're scary. Chargers Falcons.
Random. I mean, the Chargers are solid though.
Falcons should have won.
Gritty.
Yeah, I like the Chargers here. Jets Seahawks.
The Jets are terrible. Blow it up.
Jets are terrible.
Jets are terrible.
They've been blowing it up, I think. Texans Jags.
Jags are shaky.
Texans overrated.
Injuries.
Yeah, moment of silence for Trevor Lawrence. Cardinals Vikings.
Vikings are a fraud watch.
Cardinals are playoff contenders.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are fun. Titans Commies.
The Commanders are legit and Titans are terrible.
Commanders are mid.
All right, going quick. These last couple games. Bucks Panthers.
Bucks are legit.
Bryce Young's coming back a little bit.
Bryce Young is coming back.
Yeah, don't care about either of these teams. Rams Saints.
I like the Rams. Think they're the one in the division.
Whatever.
Don't care. Eagles Ravens.
Eagles are very solid.
Eagles are legit.
49ers Bills.
49ers
Bills.
49ers is just a hospital reserve.
And Browns Broncos.
Famous Jameis.
Yeah, classic Winston game.
Classic.
All right. There we go. There's 2 minutes. Went a little over on that one, but nonetheless, another solid 2-minute drill. Any last comments on Week 13 before we move on?
I mean, nothing crazy, honestly.
I mean, what are y'all's thoughts on the Eberflus? I think it's the right thing. He's just a cancer. He lost the locker room. Yeah. I think it's a good fire.
It had to happen.
The fact that they have a offense with all those weapons and they're playing that poorly, he should have been gone a while ago.
Yeah.
All right. So now we will be moving on to our Week 14 rapid fire game picks. Kicking us off, we're going to Sunday, where the New York Jets travel to Miami to play the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, straight up, this should be pretty textbook. I don't think the Jets will be able to keep up with the Dolphins' offense. They've looked better and better week in, week out. I'll take the Dolphins.
Dolphins for sure.
I'm going to take Dolphins, but I think this game's going to be weirdly close.
Yeah, obviously a really, really close game here. Jets are in full tank mode. I think that they have no spirit left, I think. I think the Dolphins will take it here. Moving on, Atlanta Falcons traveling to Minnesota to play the Vikings.
Yeah, this is the Kirko revenge game. We saw what Jerry Jeudy did against his former team. I think Kirko's going to have a big game. As much as I don't like this Vikings team, I think he's going to have a massive game in the passing attack. I'll take the Vikings at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kirk here. 4 interceptions last game. I think he's really due.
I'm a big fan of this Vikings team. They get a lot of hate with Darnold, but, I think that they just know how to win, just like the Chiefs. They just know how to win, and I think they're going to continue to do that, and I'll take the Vikings.
I 100% agree with that statement. They know how to win. Kirk Cousins looks a little lost out there. I don't think he's taken the travel to Atlanta well. He's a shadow of his previous self in Minnesota. I'll take the Vikings here. Next up, got the New Orleans Saints going to the Meadowlands to play the very hard to watch Giants.
Yeah, this is just the worst matchup of the week. I'll take the Saints just because I know that it's just so weird because the Saints' whole wide receiver core is in the hospital and the Giants' defensive backs are absolutely terrible. But I think that the Saints will figure out a way to get this job done. This Giants team is absolutely terrible.
Saints, Kamara's going to have a day.
Yeah, Kamara may run for 300 yards. There's the ticket price are as low as $6 for this game. It just kind of proves how bad this game is. So, I'll take the Saints.
Yeah, I could not care less about this game. I'll take the Saints. Moving on, the kind of hot Carolina Panthers playing the red hot Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the Panthers keep it close for sure. Bryce Young's looking better and better. I did my formal apology to him last week after calling him one of the biggest busts of all time. He's for sure looked better. I'll give him all the credit in the world. I think he keeps it close, but this Eagles team is too good. I'll take him at home.
Yeah, this could be another Saquon 200-plus rushing day.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles here, and I'm going to disagree with Guap. I don't think it's going to be Bryce Young this game necessarily, but I just think the Eagles are that much better, obviously, than the Panthers, and they're going to continue this run that they're on, and they're going to win big.
Yeah, this is on paper. I mean, this seems like a really big trap game for the Eagles. They won 8 straight. And the Panthers have been playing good ball. I am going to take the Eagles. This team is obviously very, very good. I think they'll take it. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be more or less like the Chiefs game. Besides the game-winning drive stuff. But I think this game will be close. Moving on. Cleveland Browns traveling to Dom's Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I actually think that this is the trap game. In division game, Jameis Winston is looked pretty solid. I mean, he does turn the ball over a lot. But I actually think that the Browns are going to take this one. I feel like the Steelers are due for one of their tough losses. And I think that this maybe they're actually their last loss of the season. But Steelers have been great, but I just have a feeling that the Browns are going to win this one this week.
Yeah, there's no way we are getting swept by the Browns. George Pickens' revenge game. Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers. And Glock, they just lost to Cleveland 2 weeks ago as their trap game. So I think that there is no more trap games for the Steelers. I think they're going to handle business here at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers. The Jameis Winston experience is going to lose them the game at the end of the day. He might throw for 500 yards again, but he's going to throw for 5 interceptions against the Steelers defense. I'll take them here. Next up, the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Tampa to play the Buccaneers.
I mean, Tampa's just found a way to get it done. I mean, what a game last week. I'll take the Bucs at home. Baker Mayfield's been playing out of his mind.
I think the Raiders could sneakily be in this game, but I'm still going to take the Bucs.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Raiders here. Aiden O'Connell almost straight up beat the Chiefs last week. Obviously, that last play was rough. But I think the Raiders are actually a solid team, and their record doesn't show how they play. They've had some really tough losses. And I think, they're going to go into Tampa Bay here and sneak out a really good win.
Yeah, actually, I cannot believe this team is 2-10. Actually, I just looked at that record. But I will take the Buccaneers at home. Baker Mayfield has been playing good. He's been playing great, and I think that they'll take it here. Next up, another just awful game. The Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take the home team here. I mean, the Titans have had some beatdowns, but this Jags secondary is absolutely terrible. I think Nick Westbrook-Akine is going to have a massive game against this Jags secondary. I'll take the Titans at home. They're so just due for some kind of morally good win.
Yeah, I mean, this game can really go either way, but I'm going to take the Titans here. A little Calvin Ridley revenge game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Titans here. No Trevor Lawrence. Titans are going to win this game.
I'm also going to go with the Titans, but also I think this could be a little bit of a Mac Jones game. Just kind of saying, hey, I'm still here. I think he could light it up. I also think he could throw 8 interceptions. So don't really know with that guy, but I'll take the Titans. Moving on, Arizona Cardinals traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals here. I know the Seahawks had a big win, but the Cardinals looked really good in a 1-point loss to the Vikings. I mean, we could see Kyler and Marv building the connection more and more. Trey McBride's also very special. That offense is pretty solid. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals here too. I just think that they're the more consistent team, and they're kind of playing with a little bit more fire under themselves right now.
Yeah, as much as I've been high on the Cardinals all year, I think they're super fun. They're a great team. I think traveling to Seattle in division is just the toughest thing you can do when you're in division with these guys. And it's just the the 12, it's just a crazy environment to play in. I think the Seahawks will take it. It's gonna be one of those low scoring, like 13-17 kind of games. But I think the Seahawks will win that one. Moving on. Buffalo Bills traveling to play the Rams.
Yeah, this is going to be a toe-for-toe game. I think that this may end up being one of the best games of the week. I think the Bills will barely sneak it out at the end just for I don't know why. But this Rams team is a lot better than people think. I think that they're going to win the NFC West. They're a very solid football team. But I'll take the Bills to just squeak this one out.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills as well, but I agree with Guac. I do think this can be a close game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills here. Obviously, saying it'd be a close game is valid. But, I just cannot go against what Josh Allen is doing with the team that he's been given. Losing 6 of his 8 captains from last year, and he's just lighting up teams. So, I'm going to take the Bills here by probably about a touchdown.
Yeah, if you don't look at any stats at all and just watch the Bills play football, I think Josh Allen's the MVP. I don't see them losing to the Rams. This does seem like a big Puka Nacua game. I just kind of feel it. I don't really know. There's no really evidence on behind that, but I'll take the Bills. Next up, Chicago Bears traveling to San Francisco to play the 49ers.
Yeah, historically, coaches or new coaches or interim head coaches play well and they win their first games normally. Historically, that's happened. And this Niners team's banged up. CMC probably done for the year. Brock Purdy may not play. So, I'll take the Bears even if Purdy plays.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears.
I'm going to take the Niners. I think that a lot of these guys are going to step up, especially Isaac Guerrero, the rookie running back, who's actually been playing pretty well when he's gotten in the game. I think, obviously not being too healthy hurts the Niners a lot, but I think a lot of these young guys are going to get an opportunity. Are going to, show some fire into Shanahan, and I think that they're going to get a nice morale win here.
Yeah, I think we've all seen this before. Coach gets fired, new coach comes in, and then they just light it up the next game. I think the Bears will take this new coach. I just see it, and this 49ers team is in shambles without Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk and all those big pieces. Trent Williams is still questionable. Those big pieces, I think, are just gonna, wear them down a little bit. I don't think the 49ers have like the will, to beat the Bears, who are still kind of fighting a little bit. They're not dead yet. They're still fighting. Moving on. Cincinnati Bengals traveling to play the Cowboys.
Yeah, I also think this is going to be a blowout. The Bengals had a killer loss, but I'm all over the Bengals this week.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals for sure.
Bengals all day.
If you don't look at any film, but just stats, Joe Burrow's your MVP. I'll take them here. Moving on now, we have our games of the week. Kicking us off, Thursday Night Football, NFC North showdown. The Green Bay Packers traveling to Detroit to play the Red Hot Lions.
Yeah, listen, this Packers team is solid for sure. I think that, especially right now, the Lions are just a different animal. And I know it's in division. I don't really think that this game is going to be remotely close. This Lions team has just been on a whole nother level. I'll take them pretty big, honestly, at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions at home, but I do think this is going to be a close game. I think if Jordan Love can connect to Jaden Reed and Christian Watson throughout the air, then I think they can for sure keep it close.
Yeah, this Green Bay team's hot. They're feeling really good about themselves. Obviously, an in-division game. Detroit just snuck past a basically almost trap game against, from last week. So, actually, I think I'm going to go with Green Bay this week. I think it's an in-division game on prime time. I think Jordan Love's feeling really good about himself right now. And I think he's going to continue to feel good about himself and trust his team. They're going to go into Detroit and get a big win.
Yeah, definitely. The Lions are red hot. They're an absolute juggernaut. They do everything on a super, super high level. I'm waiting for that letdown spot. Thought it could be last week and ended up not being last week. But nonetheless, I do think that they will take it at home. This team it's just such a polished team, and I don't see them losing to Green Bay at home in division. Such a big game. I think this will be for the division, I believe, this week. But fact check me on that one. I think the Lions will win that one. Moving on, second game of the week. Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs.
Yeah, I feel like it's just not the same with this Chiefs team. We see more and more cracks in this team. Chargers coming off a pretty solid win. I know the Falcons could have / should have won that game, but I have a good feeling that the Chargers are going to go into Arrowhead and win this big game. I feel like Justin Herbert's really going to have a good, just an overall good day against this Chiefs defense. And the Chiefs just haven't impressed me. I get the record, but they've had a lot of close games, so I'll take the Chargers on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs here. With Lad McConkey's questionable, and I think if he doesn't play, they honestly don't have a source of offense. So, with that being said, I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs. They know how to win. I don't care how lucky they get. Chiefs know how to win. Mahomes knows how to win with Andy Reid and Kelsey and all those guys. Obviously, it makes sense. People, the way they've won, a lot of these weeks have been lucky. But, again, winners win. So they're going to continue to win.
Yeah, also what you were saying, Dom, J.K. Dobbins also out. That's another big loss that was evident last week. They could not run the ball at all against the Falcons defense. I like the Chargers team. I like it a lot. They do a lot of things well, or they do everything well, I think. But they don't do anything in particular great. And you need to be great to beat the Chiefs. And I think that it's just going to be another story of Mahomes' magic in Arrowhead. They're going to walk down the field with a minute left. They're going to kick a game-winning field goal. You can't really go against Patrick Mahomes when, even though this team isn't a 10-1, 11-1 team, but you've just seen it week after week, and you can't doubt the kid. So I'll be taking the Chiefs. Now, moving on to our third and final segment of the night. We're going to go through the panel's top 10 power rankings. This is 2024 only. There's no playoffs at all. It's just simply this or that quarterback. Kicking us off. Who does anyone want the floor for number one? I think it's going to be pretty unanimous.
Lions.
Yeah, it should just be the Lions.
Lions.
Yeah.
Perfect. Lions number one. I think that's kind of obvious. They do everything. Like I said before, they do everything well. They maul all these great teams. Number two, I think, is also pretty easy. I think it's the Eagles, in my opinion.
Hey, I think you could go Bills.
That's what I was about to say.
I think it can go either way. I think
all I'll say is that the Eagles are more complete team. They obviously Josh, don't say that the Eagles.
Go ahead.
The Eagles defense is better than the Bills overall, right? And they have more weapons on the offensive side. Josh Allen's the best offensive player, right? Between the two teams, I think he's better at his position than Barkley, just because he completely carries a team, just like Barkley does, right? They're 1A and 1B, okay? But they are way more complete. They have way more players around them, and that is why they're number two. It's very close, but I think the Eagles are a more complete team.
I think Bills' defense could for sure be better, especially Matt Milano.
I think that they are better. Yeah, Matt Milano just got back. They also just signed Jordan Poyer from the practice squad, who was a Pro Bowl safety just 2 seasons ago. I think that the Bills' defense is better, and I'd rather the MVP on my team. So I believe it's close. Also, the Bills have been more consistent throughout the whole season. The Eagles have been hotter in the second half of the year. Bills have constantly been just more consistent the whole season. So me personally, I think the Bills are the better team, and I would rather have them at 2 and then the Eagles at 3.
Yeah. If you look at the three, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and you look at and that's not even counting Jalen Hurts. If you look at the Bills, like big three, like it's not even close. It's Allen, Kincaid.
I mean, at the end of the day,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We're just calling out names here. I think. I mean, the Bills are winning games and doing it at a high level. So
also
the Eagles.
Also,
the Eagles, but
also the Bills have put up.
I think Bills are just better.
The Bills have also put up more points than the Eagles this year when Rich is listing out all their weapons. If you look at the Bills' point totals this year, I mean, there's rarely any games that they've scored under 30 points, except for, I believe, 2 games. So I think between consistency and just overall, the Bills are just getting healthier.
Yeah.
They're the best team in the AFC.
I don't hate it. I think the Eagles at 3, I think.
That's for sure where they should be.
Yeah. Also, I would want to point out that the Ravens destroyed the Bills and just lost to the Eagles. But I don't think that's very important.
That's early in the season.
Yeah.
That doesn't really
All right, and number 4.
I got a sneaky number 4.
I think I think it can be Steelers. I think it can be Chiefs.
I think
think-
the two are Steelers. I have Steelers and Chiefs are the two.
I'd
have-
rather the Steelers,
I have
honestly.
the Chiefs in
The
front of the
Steelers at
Steelers,
4.
but
I mean, you know who I'll take. So
yeah.
I'd honestly rather the Steelers. This Chiefs team just feels different, and the Steelers have
Sure.
looked the fact that they just won a shootout game, which is just not a Pittsburgh
Yeah.
thing at all, just surprises me and it impressed me straight up. I mean, Russ looks great. I'll take the Steelers right now.
Yeah, I
At
definitely.
6,
agree.
at 6, I think we could all kind of maybe agree on the Packers,
I have Vikings.
Vikings.
See, I know Dom was going to say the Vikings. I 100% agree with Bob. I think that the Vikings.
I
are just not-
actually have Packers.
I think
I think the
Packers.
Packers are a better team.
Packers. I would say Vikings at 7, but I think the Packers are a better team.
I have the Ravens at 7.
I was
I think
just
that
about
could
to
go
say
either way.
the
I think Ravens.
seven.
I have Ravens at 8.
I think the Ravens are way better than the Vikings.
I think if you shut down the run game, the Ravens are a terrible team.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of been proven
Mhm.
against the Steelers and against the Eagles. I don't know how good Derrick Henry did, but when you force Lamar to throw the ball, it's working out for you. They
sure.
put up what? How many points? I think 12, but then they had garbage time TD.
I mean,
So, I think I just don't think I think they're a little overrated.
Well, I'd also say I think the Ravens' defenses right now is better. I mean, teams have gotten to the Brian Flores defensive scheme as the season's gone on. They kind of figured out the way that the Vikings run that team. So it's close. I mean, I think for me, I'm just such a big Vikings hater. I really don't think the team is legit at all.
You hate
They're a
both
solid
these
football
teams.
team for sure.
I
But
mean, if we're talking defense, Ravens have the worst secondary in the league, probably, or
Mhm.
bottom three.
I'm talking just about the unit as a whole. I know the secondaries, but I'm just
So-
talking about the unit as a whole.
Yeah, I still think with Brian Flores, Vikings can do a lot more than the Ravens.
Fine.
I also
just
think
because-
it's proven, like we were saying before, Vikings know how to win.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, fine. But just because of the Ravens loss this week, I'm fine putting the Vikings over them for now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Ravens 8.
7 Vikings, Ravens 8, 9. I think Chargers.
Chargers.
There's not a lot of teams.
And then number
So
10.
for 10, I got Texans or Broncos. I think
I have
think we go either way.
Commanders or Broncos. I can't on the fence between Commanders and Broncos.
I think
I'm
it's the Commanders.
I'm Commanders or Broncos too. I think the Texans are just.
I think the Texans are like the 8th best team in the
If you
AFC.
guys are
I think-
between,
I think
Texans
I
and
think
Broncos,
Stroud is just too much on a sophomore slump right now to put him.
Mhm.
It's just not the same team this year. I don't think that they'll have a problem next year. I think they'll be just fine next year and back, making hopefully a deep run in the playoffs. But I just don't think this year they're obviously nearly the same. And I think the Broncos have honestly surprised everybody. Bo Nix has been playing unbelievably.
Mhm.
And the Commanders continue to put up a lot of points. They went through that 3-week struggle with that tough loss to the Eagles and a couple other tough losses. But obviously after this week, they played the Titans, but putting up they had their first 6 drives, they scored points. It was 5 touchdowns and then it was a field goal. It's pretty impressive no matter who you're playing. So I think either way, Commanders or Broncos, I wouldn't be mad.
Me personally, if we're gonna go between Commanders and Broncos, I'm taking Broncos. I think their defense is nasty.
I think the Broncos are more complete. Like I
Yeah,
just
for
think.
sure.
Yeah, they have better
I
defense.
agree.
Commanders' defense is a major problem, and
You know
I think that's why they are not very good,
I
not
can
as
get
good as they
behind
could be.
All right. Nice and easy. So going through one more time. Number 1, Detroit Lions. 2, Buffalo Bills. 3, Philadelphia Eagles. 4, Pittsburgh Steelers. 5, Kansas City Chiefs. 6, Green Bay Packers. 7, Minnesota Vikings. 8, Baltimore Ravens. 9, Los Angeles Chargers. And 10, Denver Broncos. I think that's a great list. I think, in my opinion, I think the Ravens should be switched with the Vikings. But that'll be proven in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. So that'll conclude our Week 14 episode this week. Be sure to keep a lookout for St. Joe's Media. We'll be pumping out content every single week, all throughout the playoffs, and some other sports we got going, college basketball and some basketball NBA stuff going on. So on behalf of Giacomo Imperiale, Dom Rufino, Bobby Christensen, and myself, Richie Zangara, thanks for watching.